Alright, folks, let's keep going. We were just talking about love as a major theme in Dream of the Red Chamber, specifically the love between Bao and Dai. This novel is actually the first in Chinese literary history to really delve into the realm of love. The love between Bao and Dai can be broken down into different stages, and the first stage is called the Emergence of love, which starts when Dai enters the Rong Palace. Because the old lady adores her granddaughter, she wants her to live nearby, right by her side. Baoyu has always lived in Grandma Jia's courtyard, and when Daiyu came, they grew up together, like close siblings, always together, side by side. During this process, without even realizing it, they developed a certain feeling, not knowing exactly what it was. Baoyu treated Daiyu differently from his other sisters, and Daiyu felt the same way. This is the first stage, the emergence of love. But then, Shui Baochai entered the scene. She was gentle, virtuous, and kind to everyone. It seemed like she surpassed Daiyu in everyone's eyes. This made Daiyu feel resentful and uncomfortable. It's said that during this time, Baochai had no clue, but in reality, the second stage of Bao and Dai's love had already kicked off. This stage was a roller coaster of emotions, with both of them blaming each other and constantly being on edge. They argued a lot, and Daiyu became sharp-tongued and easily angered. Baoyu had to constantly sweet-talk and pacify her to calm her down. This stage was really tough for their relationship. Things got so bad that, as we mentioned earlier, there was a scene where Daiyu threatened to cut off the tassel of Baoyu's jade, which freaked out Grandma Jia. This stage lasted until the 32nd chapter. Let's check out this part in chapter 32, where things get real and they finally get a chance to spill their hearts out. It's the first time they've ever had such a deep conversation. And you know what triggered it? It all started with a little incident. So, here's the deal. Shi Xiangyun and one of her maids were strolling around the Daguan garden when the maid spotted something shiny in the grass. And guess what? It was a golden unicorn. The maid realized it was a match for the one Xiangyun always wore. Now, here's the twist. Xiangyun had a female unicorn, but the one she found in the grass was a male. They were a freaking pair. So, the maid spills the beans to Xiangyun, telling her that the unicorn in the grass is a perfect match. Xiangyun holds the unicorn in her hand, totally stunned and lost in thought. And guess what? Later on, Daiyu finds out about this whole thing, and it starts raising some serious suspicions in her mind. In the second half of chapter 32, there's this part where Shi Xiangyun pays a visit to the Daguan garden and has a chat with Baoyu in his room. Just when they were getting into the conversation, someone sent by Jia Zheng comes to call Baoyu. Why? Because Jia Yuzuan has arrived. Jia Yuzuan always wants to meet Baoyu whenever he visits the Jia Palace, so Jia Zheng wants Baoyu to go out and meet him. It's like the big shot from Xinglong Street has shown up, and the boss wants the second-in-command to go and meet him. Baoyu knows it's Jia Yuzuan and feels pretty uneasy about it. Xiren rushes to get his clothes while Baoyu complains, saying it would have been fine if the boss wanted to sit with him, but it is Jia Yuchen who always insists on seeing him. Shi Xiangyun, standing nearby, says it's because Baoyu is good at playing host and entertaining guests that the boss wants him to go out. Baoyu says, "It's not the boss, it's him who wants to see me." Xiangyun adds, "When an important guest comes, it's because you have some knowledge that can benefit him, that's why he wants to meet you." Baoyu replies, "Enough, I don't dare claim to be refined. I'm just an ordinary guy among ordinary folks, and I don't want to hang out with these kinds of people." Xiangyun then says, "Your personality hasn't changed. Now that you're older, you should not only focus on studying to become a successful candidate in the imperial examinations, but also regularly meet and talk with those who hold official positions, learn about the ins and outs of the officialdom and economics. It'll be useful for future social engagements and you'll have friends for future. I haven't seen you, a grown-up, doing anything other than causing trouble in our circle. When Xiangyun says these words, Baoyu feels really uncomfortable. He says, "Miss, please go and sit in the rooms of the other sisters. I don't want to ruin your knowledge of economics here." He suddenly doesn't give a damn about Shi Xiangyun's feelings. Xiren is like, "Hey Ms. Yun, cut it out with these words. Last time, Ms. Bao said something like that, and he didn't give a damn about how embarrassing it was. He just coughed and walked away." Ms. Bao hadn't even finished talking, but when she saw him leave, she turned red with embarrassment. She didn't know whether to keep going or not. Thank goodness it was Ms. Bao, 'cause if it was Ms. Lin, who knows how much drama and crying there would have been. I gotta say, Ms. Bao deserves respect for this. I can't figure her out. I thought she was just mad, but turns out she's still the same afterwards. She's got a big heart and all. But damn, little did Xiren know that this would actually create a rift between Baoyu and her. If Ms. Lin sees that you're ignoring her 'cause you're mad, how much are you gonna have to make it up to her, huh? Baoyu is like, has Ms. Lin ever said this kind of nonsense? If she had, would have cut ties with her a long time ago. Xiren and Xiangyun both nod and laugh, realizing that it was just nonsense talk. Daiyu is outside, overhears this and wonders why she even bothered coming. She had heard rumors about the Qilan and was thinking about it. Lately, Baoyu brought this wild history book, probably about smart guys and beautiful ladies, where they get into romantic stuff using little trinkets like lovebirds, phoenixes, jade pendants, and fancy hairpins. It all starts with these small things and ends up being a lifelong thing. Now, seeing that Baoyu also has a Qilan, she's worried that he might use it as an excuse to get involved in some romantic shenanigans with Xiangyun. Daiyu starts feeling uneasy and sneaks over to see what they're up to. But damn, as soon as she gets there, she hears them talking about Xiangyun's words. And then Baoyu goes, "Lin's sister doesn't talk this kind of nonsense. If she did, I would cut ties with her too." Daiyu, after overhearing those words, was like, "Damn, I'm feeling all sorts of things right now." She was happy because she knew deep down that Baoyu understood her. And now, he's openly praising her in front of everyone, not giving a damn about what others might think. But at the same time, she felt sad because her parents died when she was young, and she never had anyone to stand up for her in this messed up society. Lately, she's been feeling all spaced out and her health has been getting worse. The doctor even said that her weak energy and blood deficiency could lead to fatigue and weakness. Even though she and Baoyu are kindred spirits, she knows deep down that they can't be together for long. Even if he's her soulmate, what can they do about her crappy fate? Thinking about all this, tears start streaming down her face. She realizes that there's no point in meeting him inside, so she wipes her tears and heads back. Baoyu rushes out, throwing on his clothes in a hurry. He spots Daiyu walking ahead, looking like she's wiping away tears. He catches up to her and grins, "Hey sis, where are you off to? Why the waterworks again? Who's been messing with you this time?" Daiyu turns around, sees it's Baoyu, and forces a smile, "I'm good, when did I cry?" Baoyu retorts, "Come on, your tears haven't even dried yet, don't play innocent." As he speaks, he can't help but reach out and wipe away her tears. Daiyu quickly steps back, saying, "You're gonna get yourself killed, why are you getting handsy?" Baoyu replies, "I got carried away, didn't realize I was touching you, didn't give a damn about my own life." Daiyu says, "Your death ain't worth squat, just you had dropped a gold pendant." "But what with the gold Qilan?" What's gonna happen to that? Daiyu adds, didn't you hear what they were saying in their room loud and clear? Baoyu, getting all worked up by her words, catches up and asks, why do you keep saying these things? Are you trying to curse me or get on my nerves? Daiyu, realizing what she said, regrets her impulsive words from the other day. She quickly puts on a smile and says, hey, calm down, calm down. I misspoke, it's no big deal. I was just so worked up that I was sweating like crazy. As she talks, she can't help but reach out and wipe the sweat off his face. When Baoyu tries to wipe away her tears, she says, why are you getting touchy again? But as soon as she stepped back 2 steps, she can't help herself and reaches out to wipe the sweat off Baoyu's face. Baoyu looks at her for a while and finally says, don't worry. These 3 words. Daiyu should understand what he means, right? But she still asks, what do you mean by don't worry? I don't get it. Can you explain if I should be worried or not? It's like she wants Baoyu to spill all his thoughts. Baoyu sighs, if you really don't get it, then have I been completely wrong about my feelings for you all this time? If you can't even understand your own intentions, it's no wonder you're mad at me every day. Daiyu says, yeah, I really don't get what you mean by don't worry, so I have to ask. Baoyu nods and sighs, dear cousin, don't play games with me. If you truly don't understand, then not only have I misunderstood your intentions all this time, but I've also let you down. It's because you're always so worried that you've gotten sick. If you were more at ease, this illness wouldn't be getting worse day by day. Hearing these words, Daiyu feels like a thunderstorm is raging inside her, carefully contemplating them. It feels even more sincere than anything she could have expressed from the depths of her heart. She has 1,000 words to say, but not a single one can be uttered. At that moment, Baoyu had so much to say but didn't know where to start. They locked eyes, and Daiyu let out a little cough, tears streaming down her face without her even realizing it. She turned to leave, but Baoyu quickly grabbed her arm and pleaded, wait up, Kaos. Just let me say one thing before you go. Daiyu wiped her tears and pushed his hand away, saying, there's no need to say anything. I already know what you're gonna say. Without looking back, she walked away. Baoyu stood there, completely lost in thought. He had rushed out without a fan, but Xiren had brought one for him. Suddenly, he looked up and thought he saw Daiyu standing there with him. He was frozen in thought. It was Xiren. Xiren approached him and said, you forgot your fan, but luckily I brought one for you. Baoyu snapped out of his daze but, not realizing it was Xiren, grabbed her hand and poured out his heart, saying, Kaos, I've never had the guts to talk about my feelings before. But today, I'm gonna be bold and tell you everything. I'd even die for you if I had to. I've gotten sick because of you, but I can't tell anyone. I've been hiding it, waiting for you to get better. I'm afraid only then will I start to feel better too. I can't get you out of my mind, not even in my dreams. He had spilled his guts, but unfortunately, he said it all to Xiren. She was shocked and scared, blurting out, oh my God, you scared the living daylights out of me. Baoyu finally snapped back to reality and realized that Xiren had brought the fan. He blushed with embarrassment, snatched the fan, and bolted away in a hurry. This part marks the start of the 3rd phase of Baoyu and Daiyu's love story, where they finally get a chance to spill their hearts out to each other. Picture this, Baoyu is standing there, pouring his heart out, not even realizing that it's Xiren in front of him, right? He goes on, hey Kaos, I've never had the guts to talk about these feelings that have been eating me up inside. And then, the words that hit you right in the feels. I've gotten sick because of you, but I can't tell a soul. Maybe only when you get better will I start feeling better too. That's the messed up situation Baoyu and Daiyu find themselves in, their messed up lives. That's why Mr. Lu Sun said, tragedy is all over the damn place in Daguan Garden, but only Baoyu truly gets it, as he's living and breathing it.